It's Tuesday, December 16th, 2025, and apparently it's chocolate-covered anything day, which feels like the perfect metaphor for the AI industry. Just dip literally any workflow in a model and call it agentic. This is CoeCast, I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, I will be chocolate covering my entire content calendar, thanks. Also, quick heads up, this episode was made completely with AI. We're stress testing Microsoft Vibe Voice 7B today, so if we suddenly sound like we're narrating a nature documentary about marketing ops, that's the experiment.
We left the weird in on purpose. Okay, big week. OpenAI rolls out GPT 5.2, NVIDIA drops Nemotron 3 as open weights for agent systems, and PolyAI's Raven version 3 is popping off for enterprise voice automation.
It's like the AI menu just got redesigned. You want fast, you want smart, you want don't embarrass me in front of my boss. Pick your mode.
Let's start with GPT 5.2. The thing that actually matters for creators and marketers is those modes: instant, thinking, and pro. It's like you're buying reasoning depth like a seat upgrade.
Wait, but it's also vibes-based, right? Because everyone on X is like, the toggle isn't being honored. Like I picked Pro and it still answered like it was late for a meeting.
Yeah, and here's the uncomfortable truth. You can't just trust the label. If your workflow depends on heavy thinking, you need validation that isn't the model pinky swearing.
Okay, so how do we validate without being annoying and going, show your work like a teacher with a red pen?
You validate with structure and friction. Like, don't ask for chain of thought, ask for artifacts. Give it a spec and make it produce something checkable: a list of assumptions, a set of citations, a diff of code changes, a JSON output that your automation can reject if it's missing fields.
Oh, so you're basically saying, make it prove it did thinking by creating something that would be hard to fake.
Exactly. And also run a second pass. If Pro says this campaign idea is compliant, have a separate brand safety reviewer prompt that tries to break it, or even a different model.
Multi-model polycule. Love that for us.
For marketers, I'd stop treating GPT 5.2 as just a content engine. It's a workflow engine if you design it that way. The first automation I'd trust it with is anything that drafts but does not publish.
Yes, draft goblin, not publishing goblin.
Right. Like, take a podcast transcript, generate 5 social posts, generate a newsletter draft, generate clip timestamps, and then dump it into a review queue.
And it can do the annoying parts too, like UTM tagging suggestions, title variants that don't sound like LinkedIn broetry, and pulling pull quotes.
Exactly. The danger zone is when people wire generate directly into post. That's how you accidentally publish a hallucinated press release about your company acquiring NASA.
Not to be dramatic, but I've seen people do basically that.
Can we zoom out for a sec? The ecosystem is doing a thing. OpenAI is productizing how much thinking do you want. Google is pushing Gemini into real-time audio translation and deep research that spits out charts and infographics. And now researchers are like, yeah, the models are passing CFA exam. That part is wild. It's not that you need a CFA to write TikToks, but it signals something important. Reasoning on structured, high-stakes questions is getting way more reliable.
Which means the bar for AI messed up is moving. People are going to expect fewer errors, especially in finance, healthcare, anything compliancy.
And it also means the models are graduating from creative helper to ops brain. They're becoming decision support tools, not just word printers.
Okay, NVIDIA Nemotron 3. Open source people are screaming vendor lock-in is dead, and enterprise people are like, cool, who's gonna run it? Where do you land?
The non-hype reason to run open weights for agent fleets is control. Cost control, data boundary control, and behavior control. If you're doing high-volume content operations or internal agents that touch sensitive docs, self-hosted or private endpoints change the risk math.
But you also inherit pain, like orchestration bugs, eval hell, tool permissioning, and the moment your agent rewrites your brand voice into, how do I say this, hero's journey for B2B SaaS.
Exactly. Open models don't remove responsibility, they remove excuses. If you run Nemotron 3, you need a grown-up stack, logging, evals, routing, and guardrails.
Also, let's be real, half the time the agent bugs are not the model, it's the glue, the tool calls, the retries, the weird edge case where it parses a date wrong and schedules your campaign for the year 2035.
This is why I'm obsessed with orchestration. If you want switching between GPT 5.2 and Nemotron to be doable, you need shared schemas, shared tool definitions, a consistent prompt format, and an eval harness that measures outputs against the same rubric regardless of model.
Translation: stop writing prompts like poetry, start writing them like contracts.
Yep, prompts as interfaces.
So where does Nemotron 3 actually fit for creators? Because a solo creator is not spinning up GPUs in their apartment.
True, but small teams and media ops groups absolutely can use it through hosted options or internal endpoints. And even if you never run it yourself, this release pushes the market cheaper, faster agent brains that can handle long context and multi-step workflows. That pressure tends to make everything else better and cheaper.
And it gives you the escape hatch. Like if your whole operation is built on one vendor and they change pricing or policies, you're stuck. Open weights makes unstuck possible if you did the architecture work.
Exactly.
Okay, PolyAI Raven version 3. Enterprise voice model trained on real calls, multilingual consistency controls. This is where I get a little uncanny valley.
Same. The line between on-brand automation and corporate ventriloquism is thin.
Because customer experience is emotional. If I'm calling about a flight cancellation, I don't want a perfectly cheerful robot upselling me a credit card.
Right. But there's a legit use here: high-volume, repetitive interactions done consistently and quickly. Bookings, order status, appointment reminders, basic troubleshooting.
But what breaks first?
My bet is escalation loops. The system fails, then it fails politely, then it fails again, and the customer is trapped in a maze of, "I can help with that," while their blood pressure skyrockets.
Yeah, and then the ROI spreadsheet assumes you'll automate the same huge percentage forever, like customers won't adapt and start hitting representative immediately.
Exactly. The real win is hybrid automation that gets you to resolution fast, and when it can't, it hands off cleanly with full context to a human. No start over and repeat your account number.
Honestly, that's the dream. Let the AI do the boring parts and the humans do the human parts.
So if you're listening and you're a creator or a marketing lead, here's the vibe. GPT 5.2 is a serious upgrade, but the modes don't absolve you from building checks. Nemotron 3 is a signal that open agent-friendly models are becoming production-shaped, and Raven version 3 is a preview of voice automation getting dangerously competent.
And the meta lesson is the same. It's not human or machine, it's human plus machine. But like, with seatbelts. And maybe a kill switch.
Always a kill switch.
All right, chocolate-covered anything day closing thought. If you dip your entire workflow in AI, at least make sure it cools before you ship it.
Facts. Thanks for hanging with us on KoiCast. Subscribe if you want more chaos-tested AI workflow talk.
And check out koi.com/resources for AI news and updates. Catch you next time. And please, for the love of chocolate, don't let your agent auto-post.